Archaeologists have begun a major new excavation of the Roman city of Pompeii.
Gower, Missouri had several surprise visitors this Memorial Day weekend. Catholics from all over the country.
See her foot!
The story of Steve Rogers, also known as Captain America, has become one of the most iconic in American myth-making. Frozen in ice during World War II and revived in the modern era to join the Avengers, it's the kind of story that seems purely fictional. Or is it? Because there are real accounts of people being frozen. Yes, really. Here are some real cases of people who were frozen in time. But before we get started, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to click subscribe button. Eva Perón, Argentina's timeless icon. Eva Perón, the esteemed wife of President Juan Perón, was a towering figure in 1940s Argentina. Her influence was so profound that her image often graced homes alongside sacred figures like the Virgin Mary. After her untimely death at 33, her body wasn't simply laid to rest. Instead, it was meticulously embalmed by a skilled doctor. The preservation process was so exacting that her body was eventually housed in Italy. Tragically, the caretaker responsible for her preservation became obsessed, leading to a downward spiral into madness. Later, Eva Perón's remains were returned to Argentina, where they have been preserved ever since. Known for her tireless efforts to improve workers' rights and social welfare programs, Eva Perón left a lasting legacy. Her impact on Argentine society endures, and her memory continues to inspire, reflecting the deep affection and respect she garnered during her lifetime. Kim Jong-il, North Korea's eternal leader. Kim Jong-il, former leader of North Korea, passed away on December 17, 2011, at the age of 69. Following his death, his body was carefully embalmed and placed in a glass coffin at the Kumsusan Memorial Palace in Pyongyang. The preservation process was managed by the same Russian experts who had previously preserved his father, Kim Il-sung. The memorial palace was transformed into a grand mausoleum, allowing the public to pay their respects to their deceased leader. Kim Jong-il's preserved body is displayed during significant state events and parades, continuing North Korea's tradition of honoring his leadership and achievements. However, in 2012, reports surfaced that his body had been temporarily removed from the glass coffin for undisclosed repairs, leaving the current status of his remains somewhat speculative. Nevertheless, Kumsusan Memorial Palace remains a central site for commemorating Kim Jong-il, with annual tributes held on February 16th, his birthday. Sylvester, the eerie sideshow attraction. Sylvester, a preserved Caucasian male, became a well-known sideshow attraction in the United States during the 20th century. Initially, he was said to have been discovered in the Gila Bend Desert, Arizona, in 1895, though further analysis has since debunked this tale. Sylvester's body displayed an unusual hole in his chest, originally thought to be from a bullet wound. However, investigations revealed it was made with a drill, and the surrounding blood stains were actually paint. In 1955, Sylvester was acquired by Seattle's Ye Old Curiosity Shop, where he was showcased at the 1962 Seattle World's Fair and has remained on display ever since. Studies in 2001 and 2005 uncovered gunshot pellets in his cheek, neck, and lungs, hinting at past injuries. While the exact cause of death remains unclear, tuberculosis was suggested as a possible cause in the 2001 analysis. Sylvester's story embodies the historical fascination with preserved human remains and the eerie allure of sideshow exhibitions. Tollund Man, a bog body from the Iron Age. Tollund Man, a remarkably preserved bog body from the 5th century BC, offers a unique window into ancient Scandinavian life. Discovered in 1950 near Silkeborg, Denmark, his state of preservation initially led to his misidentification as a recent murder victim. Alongside earlier discoveries like the Elling woman, Tollund Man illustrates the bog's acidic, oxygen-poor conditions that slow decomposition, preserving intricate details such as his facial features, hair, and even the imprint of his stubble. Analysis of pollen samples in his stomach revealed a diet rich in grains and seeds. Additionally, traces of ergot fungus in his system suggest he may have consumed rye contaminated with the fungus, potentially leading to hallucinogenic effects. Tollund Man's preservation provides valuable insights into the diet, rituals, and environmental conditions of pre-Roman Iron Age Scandinavians. His remarkably intact state underscores the bog's exceptional role in conserving ancient human remains, giving us an intimate look into a distant era. Ming Dynasty Mummy, a glimpse into ancient China. During a street-widening project in Taizhou, China, workers uncovered a remarkably well-preserved mummy believed to be from the Ming Dynasty. The discovery revealed the body of a high-ranking woman along with 2 wooden tombs located just 2 meters beneath the surface. Archaeologists from the Taizhou Museum were astonished by the mummy's exceptional preservation, with visible features including skin, hair, and even eyelashes. The mummy had been preserved in a brown liquid within her coffin and was dressed in traditional Ming Dynasty clothing. Alongside her body, the coffin contained bones, ceramics, ancient writings, and other relics, providing an in-depth glimpse into Ming Dynasty burial practices. This discovery is part of a series of important finds between 1979 and 2008, which have sparked renewed interest in Ming Dynasty funerary customs. During the Ming era, China witnessed monumental developments, including the construction of the Forbidden City, enhancement of the Grand Canal, and fortification of the Great Wall. These preserved mummies offer invaluable insights into the lives of high-ranking individuals and the sophisticated burial customs of the time, providing a fascinating window into this historical period. The Man of the Hole, the last of his tribe. The death of the Man of the Hole, the final known member of an isolated indigenous group in Brazil, has brought global attention to the plight of uncontacted Amazonian tribes. For around 26 years, he lived in complete solitude, earning the title of the loneliest man in the world. Brazil's Indigenous Affairs Agency found his body lying in a hammock outside his straw hut, adorned with vibrant feathers, suggesting he may have prepared for his death in a traditional manner. Estimated to be around 60 years old, he was the last survivor of his people, who once lived in the Tanaru territory in Rondonia, a region marked by violent conflicts with cattle ranchers since the 1970s. The rest of his tribe was tragically killed in 1995 during a wave of violence over land, and he had since lived alone, maintaining a secluded existence. An autopsy and federal police report are expected to provide further details on his death. His story highlights the urgent need to protect the rights and lands of remote Amazonian tribes, whose unique cultures and lifestyles are increasingly endangered by deforestation, illegal activities, and encroachment. Globally, there are estimated to be about 100 uncontacted tribes, many in the Amazon, who have chosen isolation due to past traumas and exploitation. These communities embody rich cultural diversity and traditional knowledge that is essential to preserve. Saint Bernadette, the preserved icon, Saint Bernadette. Subirous, known for her remarkable preservation, is displayed in a crystal coffin at the convent where she served as a nun. Interestingly, her face and hands are covered by a wax mask crafted by renowned mannequin designer Pierre Imans. Despite this, her story and the miracles associated with her continue to draw millions of pilgrims to Lourdes each year. Born into poverty in 19th century France, Bernadette rose to prominence at 14 when she reported visions of the Virgin Mary, known as Our Lady of Lourdes. These visions led her to a spring believed to have healing properties, which has since become a major pilgrimage site known for miraculous healings. After joining a convent in Nevers, Bernadette remained there until her death from tuberculosis in 1879. Her body was exhumed 3 times during her canonization process, with the final exhumation in 1925 leading to her placement in the crystal casket. Although the church declared her body incorrupt, the remains were in less than pristine condition, described as mummified with areas covered in mildew and salts. Some skin was missing, prompting the addition of a wax mask to enhance her appearance. Despite the imperfections, Bernadette's legacy and spiritual significance continue to inspire and attract pilgrims to the chapel where her body is displayed. Andean mountaintop mummies, frozen in time. The Andean mountaintop mummies of South America stand apart from other ice mummies, such as the famous Iceman from the Alps, due to their preservation through Inca sacrificial rituals. These mummies were preserved by the freezing temperatures on mountaintops at the time of their deaths, resulting in exceptional preservation with minimal decomposition over centuries. Unlike other ice mummies, the Andean mummies were deliberately buried while still alive, a ritual practice noted by historical chroniclers that highlights the chilling aspects of Inca sacrificial customs. The high-altitude, snow-covered mountains of the Andes provided ideal conditions for preserving these bodies. The frigid temperatures and low oxygen levels slowed decomposition, allowing the mummies to remain well preserved for over 500 years. Among the most renowned of these mummies is the Ice Maiden, or Juanita, discovered on Mount Ampeto in Peru in 1995. Juanita, a young Incan girl, was sacrificed and buried on the mountaintop, and her remarkably preserved body has offered valuable insights into Inca rituals and their complex beliefs surrounding human sacrifice. Eerie freeze-dried bodies, Chilaquitzoc mummies. The Chilaquitzoc mummies are among the best preserved mummies ever discovered in North America. This remarkable collection consists of 8 Inuit individuals who lived in Greenland approximately 500 years ago. Unearthed in an abandoned Inuit village, the bodies are estimated to have perished around the year 1475. Despite the centuries that have passed, their preservation is extraordinary, with skin, hair, and toenails still remarkably intact. The frigid temperatures of the region played a crucial role in their accidental preservation, effectively freeze-drying the bodies and transforming them into mummies. The mummies were discovered clad in their traditional fur coats, essential for survival in the harsh Arctic climate. Archaeologists also uncovered 78 pieces of clothing made from the skins of seals, reindeer, and other animals. One notable and somber finding was the discovery of a baby buried alive, an act that contradicts typical Inuit customs of the time, where children were usually buried with their mothers to remain together in the afterlife. While the exact cause of death remains unknown, the Chilaquitzoc mummies have provided valuable insights into the lives and beliefs of ancient Inuit people. These mummies are now on display at the Greenland National Museum in Nuuk, offering a fascinating glimpse into the rich history of North America's indigenous peoples. Siberian Ice Maiden, unveiling ancient secrets. In 1993, a remarkable archaeological discovery was made on the Ukok Plateau, located near the border between Russia and China. Russian archaeologists, responding to reports of grave robbery, uncovered a massive block of ice. Upon melting this ice, they revealed the mummified body of a 25-year-old princess, now known as the Siberian Ice Maiden. Her well-preserved body, adorned with intricate tattoos, has provided significant insights into ancient cultural practices and rituals. Further exploration of the site yielded a wealth of artifacts, including harnesses, saddle pieces, and even a table with a preserved meal of fatty mutton. Additionally, 6 horses were discovered, marked with pickaxe wounds, indicating they had been sacrificed alongside the princess. Her tattoos were particularly striking, with a prominent griffin's beak on her shoulder being the most notable. The cause of her death remained unknown until recent technological advancements shed light on the matter. Dr. Andrei Leogin used MRI scans to determine that she likely succumbed to breast cancer. Furthermore, the presence of cannabis in her grave suggests she may have used it for pain relief. Her body was embalmed with a mixture of herbs, grasses, and wool, contributing to her remarkable state of preservation. She was dressed in silk clothing, wore a wig made from female hair, and carried a cosmetic bag on her left hip. DNA analysis has sparked debates about her origins, indicating she belonged to the Pazyryk culture, a Scythian nomadic civilization. Her facial features, which appeared more Caucasoid than typically Asian, highlight the diverse ethnic backgrounds of ancient nomadic cultures, providing a glimpse into their complex and multi-ethnic nature. Lama Dido Itigilov, the Eternal Meditator. The life and afterlife of Lama Dido Itigilov present a remarkable tale of spiritual dedication and mysterious preservation. Born in 1852, Itigilov was a committed Buddhist who devoted himself to spiritual enlightenment. His education in medicine and philosophy at a Buddhist university reflected his deep commitment to understanding both the physical and metaphysical aspects of life. In 1911, he was honored with the position of the 12th Pigombo Lama, becoming a leading spiritual figure in Russian Buddhism, known for his affinity with nature and his practice of herbal medicine. Itigilov's life was deeply intertwined with his religious and philosophical pursuits. In 1927, following his wishes, he entered a profound state of meditation and passed away. His final request was to be mummified rather than cremated or buried, a wish that was meticulously honored. When his body was exhumed in 2002, it was astonishingly well preserved, showing minimal signs of decay after more than 70 years. This remarkable preservation has intrigued scientists and researchers, leading to extensive studies aimed at unraveling the secrets behind his exceptional state of preservation. Itigilov's body remains in excellent condition, with intact skin, hair, and even internal organs, defying expectations for a corpse over a century old. Today, Lama Dido Itigilov's mummified body is displayed in a special glass case at the Ivolginsky Datsan, a Buddhist temple in Russia. Miracle Nun, Sister Wilhelmina Lancaster's remarkable preservation. The town of Gower, Missouri, recently gained attention due to the astonishing state of preservation of Sister Wilhelmina Lancaster's body. Sister Wilhelmina, the founder of the Benedictine Sisters of Mary, Queen of the Apostles, passed away in May 2019 at the age of 95. Her body was interred with customary reverence, but 4 years later, the nuns decided to relocate her remains beneath the altar of their convent's chapel. When they opened the coffin, they were astonished to find that her body was remarkably well preserved despite being buried for several years. Sister Wilhelmina's facial features, including her eyelashes, hair, eyebrows, nose, and lips, were almost intact, although her right eye had some dirt that was covered with a wax mask. Even her habit, along with a crown and bouquet of flowers, remained in excellent condition after the removal of a layer of mold and mildew. This exceptional preservation has sparked discussions about incorruptibility, a concept found in various religious traditions that is sometimes interpreted as a sign of divine intervention. The nuns and visitors have been deeply moved by this phenomenon, viewing it as a powerful testament to Sister Wilhelmina's spiritual legacy. The Princess of Xiaohe, a mummy of remarkable preservation. In 2003, the Princess of Xiaohe was discovered in Tomb 11 of Cemetery No. 5 at the Xia Cemetery in Xinjiang. Renowned for her European features, this mummy offers a fascinating glimpse into ancient practices and cross-cultural connections. Dating back approximately 3,800 years, her burial site was remarkably well preserved, with her intact clothing, hair, and even eyelashes reflecting the exceptional preservation conditions of the desert environment. The dry and salty conditions of the Tarim Desert, coupled with tightly sealed coffins wrapped in hides, played a crucial role in preserving the mummy. The cowhide shrinkage as it dried created an airtight seal, protecting the body from decomposition. Notably, the Princess of Xiaohe was not embalmed. Instead, natural mummification occurred due to the desert's arid climate and the burial techniques used. Her European features and the elaborate nature of her burial raise intriguing questions about the historical interactions and connections between ancient civilizations. The discovery continues to inspire scholarly debate and curiosity about the broader historical context of the region, shedding light on the complex tapestry of human history in ancient Xinjiang. Master Qi Qian, the Golden Monk's eternal preservation. Master Qi Qian's mummified body has left researchers and Buddhists alike in awe. This esteemed Buddhist monk, who lived approximately 1,000 years ago, is celebrated for his contributions to Buddhism in China, particularly for bringing crucial Buddhist texts from India and translating them into Chinese. In 1911, he was honored as the 12th Pandito Kambo Lama, a prestigious position in Chinese Buddhism. Qi Qian's devotion to his spiritual practices was profound, marked by his deep connection with nature and expertise in herbal medicine. Upon his death in 1927, Master Qi Qian requested to be preserved rather than cremated, and his disciples meticulously honored this wish using natural preservation techniques. His body was placed in a large ceramic jar filled with substances to prevent corrosion. After 3 years, with no signs of decay, his body was covered with a special paste made from sticky rice. This method aimed to achieve a state akin to a meat-body Buddha, reflecting practices observed in Japan where monks practiced sokushinbutsu, a form of self-mummification involving extreme self-discipline and dietary restrictions to attain a preserved state. Master Qi Qian's mummified body was recently examined using CT scans at Dinggu Temple in Wuhan, China. The scans revealed healthy bones and an intact brain, astonishing everyone involved. Over 1,000 years old, his body exhibits remarkable preservation, making it a significant subject of study for understanding ancient preservation methods and the spiritual practices of Buddhist masters. The 1,000-year-old Peruvian mummy, a glimpse into ancient life. In the outskirts of Lima, Peruvian archaeologists uncovered a mummy that dates back between 800 and 1200 years. This well-preserved mummy belonged to a teenage boy from the pre-Inca civilization, found in the ancient urban center of Huari. The mummy was buried in a tomb 2 meters deep, concealed beneath a large mud rock. The dry and arid conditions of the region significantly contributed to the natural mummification process, preserving the boy's arms, legs, hair, and even some teeth. The discovery of this mummy provided a rare glimpse into the Yixma culture, which thrived before the Inca Empire absorbed it. Alongside the mummy, archaeologists found several artifacts, including a stone sword, a plate used for drinking mate, a copper needle, pieces of cloth, corn, and chili peppers. These items offer valuable insights into the Yixma's lifestyle, diet, and cultural practices. Kawari, once a bustling urban center, played a crucial role in the ancient world, particularly noted for its sophisticated agricultural practices. The Yixma people developed intricate irrigation systems and agricultural terraces to thrive in the arid coastal desert of Peru, showcasing their ingenuity and adaptability in a challenging environment. The remarkable preservation of Luang Pho Pian. Luang Pho Pian, a revered Buddhist monk from central Thailand, passed away on November 16, 2017. His followers exhumed his body a year later as part of a traditional Buddhist ceremony. To their astonishment, despite being deceased for several months, Luang Pho Pian's body exhibited extraordinary preservation. His serene expression, which appeared as if he had only recently passed away, led many to interpret this state as a symbol of his attainment of nirvana. Photographs of his well-preserved state quickly spread on social media, captivating followers and the public alike. The monks carefully dressed him in new robes and continued to honor him with prayers until a final ceremony was held 100 days after his death. Luang Pho Pian had dedicated much of his life to spiritual leadership, becoming a prominent figure in his community after being ordained as a monk at the age of 50. In Indonesia, a similar practice known as man involves exhuming and dressing deceased relatives to honor their spirits and maintain ties with ancestral traditions. The preservation of Luang Pho Pian and the ceremonies surrounding it highlight the deep spiritual significance attributed to such phenomena in Buddhist and related traditions, emphasizing the ongoing connection between the living and the deceased. Pompeii, a time capsule of Roman life. The catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD resulted in the destruction of the ancient city of Pompeii, claiming the lives of over 20,000 people. The volcanic ash that buried Pompeii preserved the city and its inhabitants in a remarkable state of preservation. It was not until 1599 that the city's remains were rediscovered, revealing an extraordinary snapshot of Roman life. Pompeii functions as a time capsule, providing invaluable insights into the daily lives of ancient Romans. The preserved human remains have enabled scientists to study the physical characteristics, health conditions, and personal histories of Pompeii's residents. Researchers have been able to determine the age, gender, and possible causes of death for many individuals, offering a deeper understanding of the population dynamics at the time. Ongoing archaeological efforts continue to unveil new findings, enriching our understanding of the ancient world. The excavation of Pompeii has offered a profound glimpse into the complexity and sophistication of Roman civilization, illustrating the city's intricate social and cultural fabric. From its architecture to the everyday items found in homes and public spaces, Pompeii stands as a testament to the resilience and vibrancy of a once thriving urban center. Lady Di, China's Sleeping Beauty. The mummy of Lady Di, also known as Xin Zhui, is an extraordinary testament to ancient Chinese preservation techniques. Discovered by construction workers in the 1960s at the Mawangdui tomb in China, it was filled with thousands of artifacts from the Han Dynasty, including intricately crafted silk manuscripts, lacquered vessels, and various herbal medicines. Despite the presence of deteriorated bodies in nearby tombs, Lady Di's mummy stood out for its exceptional preservation. Her luxurious lifestyle, which likely contributed to her health issues, contrasts sharply with the pristine condition of her remains. Over 2,100 years old, her body resembles that of a recent cadaver rather than an ancient mummy, with veins still containing congealed blood and much of her soft tissue remaining intact. Key factors contributed to her remarkable preservation. She was interred in 4 lacquered coffins adorned with a silk painting and dressed in 18 layers of silk and linen garments. Additionally, her coffin contained a mysterious, clear liquid that turned brown upon exposure to air, possibly a traditional Chinese herbal preservation solution. Lady Di's preserved remains offer profound insights into ancient Chinese burial practices and their advanced techniques for preserving the dead. Her remarkable state has captivated scientists and historians, providing a rare glimpse into the lives of ancient Chinese nobility and their views on the afterlife. The continued fascination with her mummy underscores the historical and scientific value of such discoveries. Europe's best preserved mummies at Lund University. At Lund University in Sweden, researchers have made a remarkable discovery: a well-preserved 17th century mummy named Peter Winstrup. Winstrup was a notable figure in Scandinavian history, holding several influential positions, including physics professor, architect, entrepreneur, and chaplain to the Danish king. His mummy, found in Lund Cathedral's crypt, has astonished researchers with its exceptional state of preservation. The preservation of his organs, skin, and clothing is unusually intact for a body over 3 centuries old. The discovery of Peter Winstrup's mummy is particularly significant, as it adds to the impressive collection of well-preserved remains found in Lund Cathedral's crypt. Another notable mummy was unearthed in 2013, believed to date back to the 14th century. These finds highlight the historical and archaeological importance of Lund Cathedral and its crypt, which appear to be a rich repository of historical artifacts and mummified remains. The exceptional preservation of these bodies provides valuable insights into historical burial practices and the conditions that contributed to their preservation. These discoveries not only enhance our understanding of Scandinavian history, but also showcase the intricate practices of the past. Lund Cathedral's crypt is now recognized as a treasure trove of archaeological significance, continuing to shed light on the past and revealing the mysteries of historical figures and their time. Would you want to be frozen in time for future generations to study? Let us know in the comments below. See you next time.